On target. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
After getting stopped on that second down, don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on third.
Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Dropping back, it's Mateer. And that one did not work.
You know, this happens sometimes in football. You forget which direction you're going, and you got to be reminded you were going the wrong direction. Come on, man. We got to catch that thing. We got to get north-south and go make a play, get closer to the end zone.
Guys, they're going to pass on taking the sure 3 here and try to get the touchdown, and this is a pretty big gamble. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. A long way to go on 4th and goal. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Hauls it in. And the defense makes the stop. You've got to try to get the ball into the end zone in the air. A live look at D.W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium. It's the Michigan Wolverines and the Arkansas Razorbacks. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Guys, I caught up with Coach Whittingham pregame. He has been warning his players all week. They're in the top 25. They might have the most talent, but he understands this environment is insane. This crowd has proven to be one of the best in college football, and he understands they can disrupt play calling, communication at the line of scrimmage. He has been playing crowd noise all week in practice to make sure his players are prepared. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. He'll bring it out. It's Marshall. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. That's reeled in. It's Russell. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
run inside. It's Smith. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And you really can't be called the Hogs if you're not willing to grind it out in the dirt.
Yeah, and I love calling the offensive linemen the hog mollies. In Arkansas, in that beautiful state, you're going to find a bunch of big, strong individuals. And the identity of that team is usually built on those guys up front.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
Well, we knew coming into this one, this was an offense that wanted to come out, sling it around, but the timing is going to have. A whole lot better. This defense has athletes who can close on the ball and make plays, and you saw it right there in that interception to open this game.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Underwood trying to cut through the noise. Fakes the grab on the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
As Holly mentioned earlier, this home crowd can create a huge advantage. Zings it complete to the right. Busts through behind his pad. Snags it, and there's running room. Touchdown, Michigan! Rolled his way into the end zone. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. He'll bring it out. It's Marshall. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Arkansas offense heads onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Jackson gonna throw it. Looking to the big tight end. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Man, that is going to haunt this quarterback. He had his receiver running a deep route. He was open, and the QB overthrew him. Man, that sucks.
A strike downfield. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. The Razorbacks in the hurry-up. Remember some of the years when the Hogs spent a lot of time in the Wildcat just running it? You don't have to do that with this guy at quarterback.
And it just makes you less predictable, right? You got a running back in there. You know you're not going to throw it very much, but when they do have the ability to push the ball down the field and get some guys out of the box, it makes this offense even more exciting.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. Looking to the big tight end. He's got it. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Looking downfield on first down. Buys a little time. On the move, he fires. Got his man to the left. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
And the Razorbacks, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Jackson will throw. Fires to the middle. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
I think as a quarterback, you get in your mind before the snap a lot of times where you're going with the football, and sometimes you lock on it a little bit too long, and right there I think he did. He'd probably want that throwback.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. On the move, it's Russell. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. There's a heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He threw it away on 4th down, just sort of gave up on the play, and they'll have to turn it over.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Out of the gun to give to the back. Plows through the defense. Knocked down way behind the line of scrimmage. They'll call it a 9-yard loss. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. He'll be guided out of bounds at the 17, and a productive play there. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Bryce Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the big fella. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down. We've reached the end of the period and Michigan has the lead as we get a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. Pocket breaking down. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position.
It's really early in the game right now, and if it's 4th and short, 4th and medium, maybe I see going for it, certainly. But 4th and long, that's a situation I think you got to punt and just let the game play out. Trust your defense a little bit more.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, 3rd down, 4th down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Jackson gonna throw it. This time it's complete. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
The Razorbacks come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Trying play action. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Working that left side.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
And the Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10.
Blue 22. Bender.
He goes right back to the air. Looking for the score. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Jackson will throw. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Direct snap. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Here's Underwood. Fires to the middle. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop.
Got a little grass. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. The Wolverines come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Makes a catch. Makes the catch, and he's free. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Throwing, Underwood. Looking to the big tight end. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
They were really starting to put a drive together. And after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
You know, it's funny because that play worked out well, so the offensive coordinator, he looks like a genius. But if it didn't work well, everybody's yelling, wow, that's a conservative call. What are you doing? It's third down.
And the Wolverines back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Moving out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play. The Razorbacks take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. After the sack, they have their work cut out for them. Basically, they have to get it to the other side of town. Stepping to the right. Going to try to get it himself. And he's wrestled to the ground. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Underwood on the play action. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. Might be calling a hot route. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. Needs it to keep this drive alive. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down, if you decide to run the football, you got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Jackson gonna throw it. He's moving out of the pocket. Got out of trouble and throws. Got his man downfield. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. To the air on first down. Looking for a big play. Makes a deep grab. Touchdown, Razorbacks. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And that's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of the defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop, limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. He'll take the deep shot. Upstairs to make the catch. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. No good. And here in the third quarter, it is still a tie ball game. The Razorbacks will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Marsh. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to...
Maybe some room here. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. The Wolverines want to move quickly. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Turning it on. Smashes him with the stiff arm. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. And the Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Touchdown, Michigan! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
And how about this offensive line? 3rd and goal, you gotta have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that.
Forget the kick. He's going to throw it. He makes the catch in the end zone, and that trickery works to perfection for the 2. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Send that offense back onto the field. Motion from the back. Jackson will throw. He's got the back in the middle. And the Razorbacks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. To the air on 2nd down. He'll try to do it himself. At the 45 on his way. Oh, he's got some space. He goes out of bounds at the 25, and this offense has an explosive play.
All right, it's decision time. So when you got a guy that can take off and do that against you, you got to decide whether you need more fast guys on the field. Your defensive linemen have no shot. Your linebackers have very little chance of catching this quarterback because he's so special.